Alright, and we are back with the second half of our off-season episode in MLB The Show 17, Atlanta Braves franchise. Go ahead and flick through this. Lorenzo Cain is a Mariner now. Hosmer is a Philly. Addison Reed, Giants, and Blue Jays signed Matt Moore. So I have chosen the positions that I need to sign. I need one catcher, one backup infielder, one backup outfielder with some speed. So 3 players left to sign this free agency. I have kind of looked and I've kind of chosen certain players that I would like to sign. Catcher, we'll just go ahead and get Brian Pena. Hopefully Kurt Suzuki will make it through the free agency and still be there when the spring does start. Same with Chris Davis. We could also bring him back. But I do want to go, and I believe I want to try to get Andres Blanco for $2 million. And also I want to sign Eric Young Jr. to get the speed that we lacked last season for a 1-year, $500,000 contract there. So that'll finish off our free agency. 2 more signings to make. And we'll go ahead and simulate through here. Andres Blanco accepts. Eric Young has accepted. Mike Moustakas is an Angel now. 40-man rosters set by tomorrow. That's fine with me. Today's the last day. Arbitration. Anthony Rendon is traded for Ryan Braun and Eric Thames. So it looks like the Nationals just got 2 more pieces. But Rendon will not play against us as much as he used to, because he definitely hit us hard last season. Who is left that I wanted to sign? Is it Pena? It is Pena. So we're going to go ahead and withdraw that offer to Pena, because look who is up here now. Some newer players in the free agency. We'll go ahead. Hisashi Iwakuma is there. Josh Tomlin, not too worried about any of those. New catcher, Sandy Leon. You know what? I'm going to actually keep that offer on Pena just because it was cheap. And we'll let him think about that. Who else is here that wasn't here earlier? We got in our outfielders and our infielders. Spangenberg, look at that contact. Would be a great player to bring in. Batted .298 last season. I'm not going to sign him right now. He's probably going to go back to Milwaukee. Tommy Pham, another outfielder here. How much money does he want? Only $610,000, and has great power, great contact. That may be a player I want to try to bring in to fill Chris Davis's role. But actually, we signed JD Martinez, so Tommy Pham would be a backup. How would he like a backup role is the real question. If I give him a 1-year, $700,000 deal and tell him he's going to be depth. See if he likes that. We'll go ahead and simulate. I doubt he'll sign. He has accepted our offer. So Tommy Pham is the newest member of the Brave, and we also get Pena. So shocking to see, but we get a great backup outfielder. So the tendered contracts. Okay. Rule 5 draft. I doubt anybody will get drafted. And the player actually gets drafted, and he is a former Brave. Looks like we traded Lucas Sims, and the team did not want him, so they let him go to the Rule 5 draft, and he gets picked up with the #1 overall pick. We're going to exit ours because we don't care about that. Michael Brantley is on the move. The Astros get Brantley for Marvin Gonzalez and Forrest Whitley. See what's happening here. Just a bunch of people getting called up. Not too worried about that. Let's check free agency again. See if there's anybody out here. Not really. We'll go ahead and simulate to the end of this month. Chris Davinsky gets traded from the Astros to the Rangers, and the Astros get some players back in return. Anything happening here? The Tigers signed Hisashi Iwakuma. Nobody else here. Let's see where Kurt Suzuki. Can we go to player search here? Is that an option? I don't think it is. I do want to see where Kurt Suzuki and Tyler Flowers end up. Kind of interested in that. If they make it through the free agency or if they get scooped up by somebody. Last day to renew contracts. We'll simulate that. And now we are in the spring. So free agency, and it looks like Chris Davis and Kurt Suzuki both make it through. So does Tyler Flowers. So we'll see what we have on our roster, and we'll see what we need to bring in. I believe I'm going to go ahead and pick up Kurt Suzuki, and Brian Pena will spend the season in AAA, or could get released if he wants that instead. So Kurt Suzuki on a 1-year, $3.7 million deal. He wants more money. Oh, Kurt. Kurt, you're killing me, Kurt. Oh no, Kurt Suzuki. He's killing me here. Oh, he signs a 2-year deal. Tyler Flowers, he's gonna remain a free agent, as I don't really have any need for him there. Chris Davis, I'm surprised he made it through free agency. Let's see. Let's check and see our roster. See if we have any place that Chris Davis could fit in. I really doubt it at this point. We have JD and Mitch on the corners. Ender and Tommy Pham controlling center slash backup. Adonis as a backup. Eric Young as just a speedster. Andres Blanco. Ozzy Albies, Freddie Freeman. I'm going to go ahead and offer him a contract, even though I don't believe we need him. Just the value that he gets here. I really don't want to pass this up. So we have a ton of talent now. We're going to look to make a deep playoff run. And this season, I believe that we will be a changed team, a better team. Got a whole new coaching staff, bunch of new players now. I'm going to go ahead and set up the spring training rosters, or spring training lineups and pitching rotation. And the next episode, we'll go ahead and get into that spring. Alright, so Ender, Mitch, Freddie. We want JD Martinez to hit cleanup for us and play right field. Or do we want him to play right or left? Not a great fielder. Haniger definitely is a better fielder. So we'll have Haniger in left. We'll put JD in right. So JD will play right and hit cleanup. Third base, we will play Rio Ruiz, Andres Blanco. We'll give it to Adonis for lefties. And for righties, we'll put in Blanco. 67. 65. We'll let them two platoon that. Short Dansby every day. Second base, we'll have Camargo and Ozzy splitting the time there. And then at catcher, we have Kurt Suzuki and Hundley. We'll go ahead and put Hundley in there now. I believe Kurt is down in AAA or something. Same with, what's this, DH? Put in Tommy Pham just for the time being. Not Brian Pena, Tommy Pham. Alright, so actually for right now, we're going to go ahead and put Blanco in against all. So we just have one lineup for every single. Yeah, we'll do that now. And then let's go ahead and go through. Where do they put Chris Davis? So they put Chris Davis in AAA, as well as Kurt Suzuki. Move both of those players up to the MLB. and we'll go from there. So we have a great deal of talent on our bench. Chris Davis on our bench, and Tommy Pham will be on our bench. Kurt Suzuki will also be there. Julio will be our ace to start off the season. Marcus Stroman will be the second pitcher. Fultonevich will retain the third role. Aaron Blair will pitch out of the fourth, and we'll bring in Jason Vargas, our newly acquired lefty, as our fifth and final pitcher of the rotation. Edwin Diaz will remain our closer. Mike Minor will get a medium relief role. We'll have to whittle down what we have here. See who makes the roster, see who doesn't. Vizcaino definitely has a spot, and Medlin, Vizcaino, and Diaz are probably the only 3 guaranteed, and Mike Minor is probably the only 4 guaranteed of our bullpen. So we'll go ahead with this lineup here for now. We'll give all this to Ozzy for the time being, and then midway through our spring training, we will go ahead and switch that up. I'm gonna go ahead and do spring training in this episode because I'm just not planning on doing too much with it. I'm just gonna simulate a bunch of it. So we'll go ahead and go through this Pittsburgh game and then go in here. Ender and Ciarte struggling a little bit, but that'll be alright. All these numbers a little bit low. Not too worried about anything here. Tommy Pham, 346, like to see that. So now we will go ahead and put in some players to give them another chance here. So we'll put Rio Ruiz against righties. We'll put, where is he at? Garcia against lefties. Give everybody some at bats here. We'll put Kurt, or we'll give Cade some at bats. We'll give Cade Savike the at bats at catcher for the rest of the spring. Dansby. Let's take Ender out and give Lane Adams some at bats. Just give the young guys at bats so nobody can get injured. That would be terrible. Shortstop. What can we do here? Blanco can play short, but I'm not sure I want him to. Eric Young Jr. can play second. We'll also play Eric Young Jr. at second. Eric Young Jr. And then we will play Camargo at short. And then we'll put Tommy Pham in left. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Tommy Pham in left. And that means we will put Chris Davis in right for the remainder of the spring. So a whole new team here. Gonna go ahead and simulate the rest of the spring. Then send the players we don't want down. How many more games? This is the final game here. So we'll go ahead and check and see. Lane Adams, he's not gonna make the roster. Pham will, Freeman will, Chris Davis will. 3 home runs there from Davis, not too bad. Rio Ruiz, 280. I'm going to start him off in AAA. Savike did well, but start off in AAA there. Camargo. Camargo will start on the roster just because of the season he had last year. He had a decent season, 228. Eric Young Jr. probably going to start in AAA. Haniger will start on the majors. Ender will obviously start. New acquisition, JD Martinez will. Hundley will. Blanco looks like he will not. Albies will. Swanson will. Garcia, all these players will. Pena probably will not. And then let's check out our pitchers here. Decent outing. Fulton Evans struggling still, but it's just spring. Look at that from Jason Vargas. 0.96 ERA. Here's what I'm looking at. Decent spring from Freed. Decent from Luke Jackson. Kroll struggled a little bit. Mike Minor struggled a little bit, but that's fine. Rivero struggled. We'll figure it out here. Let's go ahead and do this real quick. We'll manage roster and go position by position. So we have our 5 starters there. I do not believe Freed. I'm going to move Freed down to AAA. Do not believe he has what it takes to start the season off in the majors. So here we go. Rivero will make it. 4.6, but only had 6 innings pitched. Medlin will make it. Freeman will make it. So we do have a 7-man rotation, meaning we have 1 spot remaining between Kroll and Burgos. I believe I'm going to give it to Kroll just based on the sole fact that he is left-handed. So Burgos will get sent down. Luke Jackson will also get sent down. And that'll be our rotation and bullpen. So now here, Kazavike will be the first one sent down now. Pena, 290. Hundley actually had the worst spring. We will go ahead and send down Pena for the time being. Actually, we're going to go ahead and release Pena. I don't think he has a need on the team right now. Go ahead and move him up to AA, so we have 2 in each place. We'll move him up to AA as well. So Ozzy, Demerit, like that there. Blanco had a rough spring. I'm gonna leave him up. Rio Ruiz will get sent down. Camargo will make it. Eric Young Jr. may make it. We're not sure here. Tommy Pham will make it. Lane Adams will get sent down to AAA. So it's between Haniger. Eric Young's going to have to be the player who gets sent down. Unfortunately, Adonis Garcia, I value his spot more. So we'll go. Nope. Do not want to release Eric Young Jr. Going to send him to AAA. And our lineups are set. Our team is set in stone now. We'll go ahead and go ahead and make the starting lineup for the beginning of the season. We do have a predicament there at left field. JD Martinez will take over right field every day. So Ender will be the everyday center fielder. Had a great season last season. Adonis Garcia will start off at third base. Oh, he will. Blanco or Garcia. I value Garcia's roll off the bench more, so we'll go ahead and start Blanco at third. Catcher, we will platoon Suzuki and Hundley. Hundley will get the righties. Suzuki will get the lefties. So Suzuki against the lefties. Camargo will not start at short. Dansby will. So Dansby Swanson will get the shortstop everyday role. And at second, we will do a platoon between Ozzy and Camargo. So Ozzy will get the righties. Camargo will get the lefties. And that'll be how we do that. So our predicament is left field. We have Tommy Pham, Haniger, and Chris Davis all fighting for that one spot. Tommy Pham had the best spring, has decent fielding. Haniger is by far the best defender, and Chris Davis is by far the worst defender. Chris Davis has the best power. Tommy Pham has the best overall hitting, and Haniger has the best contact. So going into certain series, games, spots in the season, this left field role will probably be the one that gets changed the most. But I believe to start off the season, Tommy Pham, by his work in the spring, I believe he deserves the role in left field. I think he earned it, so we'll go ahead and do that. And with our rotation here, Julio, Foltynewicz, yeah, looks good there. Medlin as our long reliever. Minor, Kroll, and Vizcaino. We'll move Sam Freeman here, Vizcaino here as our two setups. Rivera will get a medium roll, and it looks like we are ready to start the season. So I hope y'all guys enjoyed this